Who is Naruto's best friend?
I think that's a tie. So, and the reason why is because, again, Jiraiya, I think would be number one for his best friend because he trained with him the majority of his time, right?
Okay.
He showed him how to gain control and all that stuff. And then when Jiraiya died, you know, that was like, I think one of the biggest heartbreaks that Naruto went through. Yeah. You know, like, yeah, he lost his friend Sasuke at first, but obviously Sasuke comes back. Jiraiya doesn't come back. He lost his life, and that was like the biggest connection that Naruto had.
That's true.
To somebody else other than a father figure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say Sasuke after he did all that for him, so it might as well be, right? He should be.
But second up would be Sasuke, and that's just because of the pretty much a brotherly rivalry that they had.
It's hard to answer that one because I mean you can say, oh, it's Sasuke because you literally spent the entire 500 episodes trying to bring it back,
mm-hmm.
but that stayed with him. I'd say probably like Jiraiya.
Okay.
Shikamaru. It's not Sasuke. It's my boy Shikamaru. I love him. That's his best friend. He has been there for him since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Since day one. Yes, at first he was just like, ugh, this guy's a fucking pain in my ass. Like, I just want to sit here. But he was there for him at every fucking point of his life. There for him to give him advice. There for him backing him up. He's always been there for him. Even like now in Naruto. Freaking, he's his right-hand guy.
Yeah, his advisor, yeah. What do you think about Sakura?
She's whack.
Shit.
She is whack. You want to tell me that all three of the legendary teachers, one runs the whole country, one's essentially the CIA for that country, and the other's a doctor. You know what I'm saying? The whole war, she stood up there just handing slugs to people while the other two were just fighting. You know what I'm saying? She didn't do nothing.
Beginning was like okay, and then Shippuden, it was just like okay, she's relevant now. Like great.
No. I mean, I think she was a necessary evil at first. She was, she was a comedic relief. I think she was
the damsel in distress.
She was always a damsel in distress, but then it's like, I feel like the writers of the show were just like, okay, I feel like girls are watching this show, and it's like, who are they gonna look up to?
When they started.
The show progresses, and so it's like it can't be just Hinata because Hinata is a side character. I love Hinata; she's my favorite.
She's beautiful.
But Sakura, she's one of the main people, so it's like she needs to grow. Yeah. She needs to grow, and so she did, and she grew exponentially. Like I hear from like certain guys, like, oh yeah, she's still whack or whatever. If you really compare her from the beginning to now being as her being fully grown, or even during Shippuden, she grew. There was so much growth. She got a legitimate teacher who actually saw potential in her.
Sakura, I think, is one of the toughest chicks in the show.
Hold on, I think I got something in my eye. What you say? What did you say?
I think she's one of the toughest chicks. I mean, shit, she punches hard.
Okay. So, which clan village do you see yourself in?
Given where I'm from, I'd have to say the village hidden in the mist because it rains here so damn much. But
thinking either sound or the mist.
Where'd you get that idea?
I don't know. I have a thing with the clan. The village of the sound. They're very auditory. That's where all their ninja skills come from. So it's like okay, that's actually pretty cool. I'm into that. And then the mist. I don't know. I just think of the villains from the mist, and I'm just like, you know what? But I fucks with them. Like,
yeah, I'm looking at it like I could see you there.
That village, I'd want to be part of the Aburami clan because they have the dopest outfits.
Did you just say
outfit?
Oh, Shino does got a dope ass outfit. I don't think people give Shino credit. Like
they're quiet, they're unassuming, and then they got bugs that will kill you.
walking in the forest like, "Get the fuck it off me!" Like, what the fuck is that?
They're sweet. I mean, if you're gonna pick one of the main clans, I mean, I guess you could have Sweet Eyes or like seal ability like Naruto's clan had, but I'm good. I'll take the bugs.
You take the bugs? Oh, yeah. I love them.
They're like matrixed out.
Uchiha clan.
Oh, you're just a fucked up individual. Like you just said a whole piece about what Sasuke went through.
But they were like one of the clans that were,
family
mostly feared.
Yeah. All right. Next question: who is your favorite villain?
Orochimaru.
Now, okay.
I love him.
Explain why for him.
I love him. I think he's fucked up. He's psychologically screwy. He's a screwy character. He takes Sasuke under his wing and treats him basically like a son, but then he's like, you know what? But I'm doing this because I want to eat you. Dude, you brought up this kid from childhood into adulthood with the sole purpose of taking his body.
Villain, I would have to say Orochimaru, just because it's so cerebral, so methodical. Like everything he does, it's just like, oh, this went wrong. Well, sucks for you guys because these 5 things just went right. Yeah. So other than being borderline immortal, just that he's so intelligent, it's terrifying.
Be Pain. It's got to be Pain.
Why?
Because he killed Jiraiya, and then he blew up the village. I mean, he kind of took it all back at the end, but he still killed Jiraiya.
That's why you like him, is because he killed Jiraiya? Or he had the ability to kill someone that strong?
Well, both. He had the ability and he did it. But what other main character was killed off? Maybe Neji, but he's the same character as Sasuke, so he had to go.
God.
But yeah, no other villain. It's like you put all these villains and no one really dies, or no good guys die, or good guys of value. Like Jiraiya was that top level guy, besides in Shippuden, anyways, who died, who was impactful.
Pain.
Why?
I like the fact that he could just use different types of abilities and bodies just by putting metal studs into them, to those dead bodies. I mean, in a way, he made himself into a legion without actually, he could always just switch bodies whenever he needed. All right, this body's fucked up, let's on to the next. So not only did he whoop their ass, but he was like, you know what? On top of that, I'm gonna use your body and your abilities to fuck everybody else up too.
Should Boruto exist?
I haven't even watched it yet, so I can't answer that one.
Okay, I respect that.
I feel like Naruto is good on its own. Yeah. Should it exist? I think it's a fun series to watch. I think it should exist. I think it answers a lot of the questions of the pairings. I feel like guys don't really care much for the pairings. I think this is more catered towards the women who watch it. Who ended up with who? And
heck yeah! I'm sitting here looking at
That's what I thought.
Rock Lee. Rock Lee, did you do 10-10 or not?
Exactly. I would like to know what happens afterwards. What is going on? I love the fact that Naruto ended up with Hinata. I like the fact that they have 2 kids. Boruto's terrified of his younger sister because she has the Byakuga. That shit is hilarious to me. But I like watching certain personalities manifest into their children. Cho-Cho, I love that bitch. And I love that she exists. I love that she exists. And I'm just you know what? I love her. She's perfect. Boruto should exist because it caters to more of a wider field of people who could actually relate to all those characters. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun to watch. It's a funny show. Is it necessary? I mean, no, but is any show really necessary? So
that's true.
I don't see why not. I mean, I watched the movies, and so it's basically the arc of the Otsutsuki clan coming back with Momoshiki and whatever the hell the other one's name is, the big guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And how they interrupt the deaths and everything. So, should Boruto exist? Manga, most definitely. It can stay. Anime, for me, I started it and then it became a hard pass just because it became filler.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh my god.
For the same reason that Dragon Ball GT and Super exists, just to make money, then sure. You know, maybe get the kids into it again, but no, it shouldn't exist in any form of canon or any extension. Like, again, animation is fire on some scenes. Story it's like a mix of Naruto and Shippuden together. It's like some of it's very childish and some of it's very mature.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think, and I think it's going to get there. That's why I keep, I let it run for a few months and then I'll catch up on it. But I think something drastic has to happen. Someone has to die, whether it be Naruto or
oh my god.
Character.
So
like, something's got to get your interest. All the good guys can't live. You know what I'm saying? You got to Game of Thrones it.